Whatever your better is, define that and speak in that language when you're talking to your consumer.
Serial entrepreneurs Jack and Patrick Ellis wanted help launching their business and advice on getting customers on board with their new venture, Sawn to be Wild.
Yeah, so we're used to selling big ticket items to maybe 7 or 8 customers a week. We've never sold like high volumes to lots of different people.
So you're selling online, I guess, at the moment. Do you have a website? Oh, deep breath there.
Nearly. It's not quite launched. We're nearly there with it.
Okay, well, there's job number one. Because I suspect your volume is going to come from B2B, isn't it? It's going to come from the construction industry. You can probably solve a lot of their problems. But there still is often space for the B2C bit, direct to consumer, because that's kind of your shop window. That tells your story. And that underpins, you can start saying to the construction industry, well, we know it matters because the consumers are telling us it matters, so you get to understand the full story. So I definitely think you need to finish your website that I presume you're working on at the moment. Excellent. You need to tell your story well. Why are you better? These are the reasons I'm better. And then I think you can start making, once you've developed products that the construction industry will use. Bird boxes are lovely, but you can find lots of very sustainable bird boxes. I suspect you're kind of using those as a trial. What can we make?
Introduction, yeah.
As an introduction. Bit of advice on the construction industry: they don't like change. That means that they don't like change of product and they don't like change of process. So when you do come up with a better alternative, make sure it's easy to explain to them, A, why it's better, and B, why they really don't have to change a lot of their processes. Because they really, a lot of contractors, if you think about it, lots of contractors doing different things, trying to get a process changed is difficult. So try and keep close to the processes that they use.
Thank you.
Katia, NESCAFÉ, Nestlé, they've launched many, many products. Sawn to be Wild are ready to launch. What's your advice?
You really have to be clear on the market which you can scale up, where you can scale up. Then you would understand better where is this market, where the consumers or where the businesses that would buy or use these products. So then your answer to the question is going to be much easier. I think what is really important in your mind, be quite open for failure. Trial and error, but in the same time, it's quite difficult to reinvent your own babies and address your own mistakes. So be fast enough to see your own mistake and say, yeah, I made a mistake, not to worry. So that would be, from a cultural point of view, my strong advice.
The thing around sustainability is everybody immediately thinks it's going to cost them more money. And also they're going to have to change their processes, or they're going to have to change their mindset. So I think you need to speak in a language that addresses their particular fears, because then you actually attract people who really don't care whether it's sustainable or not. They buy it because it's lovely, and it's at a price that they want to buy it at. And then when they've got your lovely thing, you could be the route for them to think, actually, this matters, so you can become part of the change. So I think the most important thing is to see the barriers, see the anxiety barrier. You've got to find your better. What's my better? Now, sadly, at the moment, being sustainable, I don't think is the full story, because it's quite a small market of people who will absolutely just buy because of sustainability. It's a market, but it's a small market. So if you can find your other better, it's not just about sustainability. It's stronger, it's more beautiful, it's great value. Whatever your better is, define that and speak in that language when you're talking to your consumer. So then you do the thing you really want to do. I spend my life talking to people who care about sustainability, and I'm thinking, that's lovely, but I really want to be reaching the people who don't care about sustainability. They're the ones who I really want to attract, because you are doing this with passion. You've got a business that's already successful, so this really is heart.
Katia, I know that you've got some ideas for the boys.
I perfectly understand sustainability story. It is not just a story, it's really the practice and how you build your business. And it's fundamental. But at the same time, in order to address as many consumers and to make a difference, when I hear you 4.5 million tons of waste, and in the same time I see the bird nest or the bee house, I see quite a big difference in terms of the scale. And I've seen that you're trying to get into the furniture. So what is the size of the market? How at best you can create really scale behind this? Because if I go to Amazon, kind of B houses, I can find at least 20 or 30. They all rated above 4.7. So fundamentally, coming back, what's your competitive advantage? It's not an easy market. So where can you identify this potential opportunity, how you can reuse the waste that you already have, and maybe from other suppliers, and really scale it?
Thanks to our experts for sharing their advice and their insights. If you'd like further tips on business growth, then visit nestleprofessional.co.uk.